regular meeting of the St. Joseph County Council, December 4th, 2018 is now called to order. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation, which will be given by Pastor Paul Freet of the New Song Community Church. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Father God, we come to you tonight in the name of your precious Son, Jesus Christ. We give you thanks that he is our good shepherd who leads and guides his people. We take this opportunity to humble ourselves before you, to ask that your presence will be with us in this meeting. I thank you for these men and women of the County Council who give of their time and energy to serve their fellow citizens of St. Joseph County. I thank you for these who are willing to bear the burden and responsibility of governance and leadership. Lord, you instruct us that petitions, prayers, intercession, and thanksgiving are to be made for all people, and that we are to pray for everyone who is in authority, that we may live peaceful and quiet lives in all godliness and holiness, because this is good and pleasing to you. So we take this moment to pray for every citizen of St. Joseph County. Lord, you know every person, every family, every need, and every circumstance, and we ask that you would move and work accordingly. For those on the County Council in positions of authority, we ask for your blessings on their marriages, on their families, and on their relationship with you. Scripture lets us know that there is no authority except that which God has established. And because you have established it, Lord, you offer to it wisdom and understanding. The book of Proverbs calls all who would come to listen and to hear from wisdom, to come and learn wisdom's ways because it produces insight, knowledge, and discernment. This call is made known in Proverbs chapter 2. Tune your ears to wisdom and concentrate on understanding. Cry out for insight and ask for understanding. Search for them as you would for silver. Seek them like hidden treasures. Then you will understand how to have respect for the Lord. You will find out how to know God. For the Lord grants wisdom. From his mouth come knowledge and understanding. He grants a treasure of common sense to the honest. He is a shield to those who walk with integrity. He guards the paths of the just and protects those who are faithful to him. Then you will understand what is right, just, and fair, and you will find the right way to go. For wisdom will enter your heart, and knowledge will fill you with joy. Wise choices will watch over you. Understanding will keep you safe. Wisdom comes from you, Lord, and your word states that the fear, the reverence, the respect of the Lord is the foundation for wisdom. I pray that this would be the foundation for the council tonight as well. Proverbs 11:14 says, without wise leadership, a nation falls. There is safety in having many advisors. Lord, I pray that those on the county council and those gathered here tonight will offer wise advice regarding the decisions which will be made. I pray that the effect of these decisions will lead this county in the direction of your safety and your blessing. I ask that the citizens of St. Joseph County would benefit from all that takes place here in this meeting tonight, and I also ask that all things would be done with a heart of humility towards one another. Proverbs 22:1 says, the king's heart is like a stream of water directed by the Lord. He guides it wherever he pleases. So, Lord, guide our county government in the direction which pleases you. Thank you for hearing our prayer and for being faithful to answer it. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Freet. Next are petitions, communications, and miscellaneous matters. But before we get to those, bill number 6618 and bill number 7318 will be tabled this evening at the request of the petitioner. Mr. Nolan.
Mr. President, we'd like to make the following nominations for reappointments. Raphael Morton to the Airport Authority Advisory Board. Lee Slavinskas, Indiana Alcohol and Tobacco Commission. Jack Young to Area Board of Zoning Appeals. Pete Mullen to the St. Joseph County Redevelopment Commission. Jessica Clark to the St. Joseph County Redevelopment Commission. Corey Nolan to the Data Board / IT Governance Board. Randy Lemon, St. Joseph County Housing Authority. Virginia Calvin to the St. Joseph County Park and Recreation Board. Belinda Gillespie, Property Tax Assessment Board of Appeals. Ann Connors, the Property Tax Assessment Board of Appeals. Augusta Freda, the St. Joseph County Public Library. And Mark Tanzarek, Northern Indiana Community Transportation District.
Are there any other nominations at this time for reappointments? Hearing none, nominations are now closed. Do I hear a second to Mr.?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Sorry, reappointment. Raphael Morton is reappointed to the Airport Authority Advisory Board. Lee Slavinskis is reappointed to the Indiana Alcohol and Tobacco Commission. And Jack Young to the Area Board of Zoning Appeals. Pete Mullen to the St. Joe County Redevelopment Commission. Jessica Clark to the St. Joe County Redevelopment Commission. Corey Nolan to the Data Board / IT Governance Board. Landy Lemert to the St. Joe County Housing Authority. Virginia Calvin to the St. Joe County Park and Recreation Board. Belinda Gillespie to the Property Tax Assessment Board of Appeals. Ann Connors to the Property Tax Assessment Board of Appeals. Augusta Frieda to the St. Joe County Public Library. And Mark Patangerite to the Northern Indiana Commuter Transportation District. Mr. Nolan?
So I have one additional nomination, Sydney A. Schaefer, the Area Board of Zoning Appeals.
Thank you, sir. Are there any other nominations at this time? Hearing none, nominations are now closed. Do I hear a second to that motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Sydney Schaefer is nominated to the Area Board of Zoning Appeals. May I have a motion to approve the minutes from the November 13th, 2018 public hearing? Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. The minutes from the November 13th, 2018 public hearing are approved. Report from the county auditor.
No report, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir. Report from the county commissioners.
Thank you, President Morton. I appreciate being here. My name is Dr. Deb Fleming. I'm one of the county commissioners, and I'm here to honor Robert McCahill. Okay? Mr. McCahill joined the St. Joseph County Council on August 10th, 2010, and has faithfully represented the District H since then. While on the council, Mr. McCahill has been a strong supporter of law enforcement, himself having served as a Mishawaka police officer. Councilman McCahill, for your many years of service to your community as a member of the National Guard, the Mishawaka police officer, and county council member, I, on behalf of the Board of Commissioners of St. Joseph County, am proud to present to you this key to the county on the occasion of your retirement from the council, and wish you all the best of your future endeavors. Would you like to come and get, or want me to bring it up to you? What would you like? You come down? Okay. Yes.
He's moving on up here.
All right. Best wishes to you. All righty. You take care. Thank you for the time here. I appreciate it. Thank you. That's all I have to say for now.
Thank you very much. Report from any council special committee? Hearing none. Next on the agenda, first readings. Clerk, will you please read bill number 8518?
Petition to vacate public ways and public places within the unincorporated portions of St. Joseph County, Indiana. Petitioner Beth and Barry, personal representative for the estate of Kenneth Wayne Beard.
Bill number 8518 is assigned to the Land Use Planning Committee. Next are salary amendments. Clerk, will you please read bill number 8318?
An ordinance amending ordinance 6017, same being an ordinance establishing salaries and fixing the number of employees of St. Joseph County for the year 2018. Petitioner Health Department. This is going to be combined with bill 82-18N.
Mr. McCahill, Committee report, please, sir.
Mr. President, this comes to the council with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you very much. Petitioner?
Hello, I'm Miko from the St. Joe County Health Department, Assistant Director of Nursing. I am here on behalf of the immunization grant. Oh, sure, thank you, sorry. Our immunization grant runs from, well, what I'm petitioning is for January to June of 2019. For the immunization grant RN and immunization grant registrar to have a salary increase. So that would come from the funds from the public info and education. So it would be taken from there to go to the part-time position. They get up to 25 hours per week. So it'd go from there to the salaries and then also to the FICA.
Any questions from council for the petitioner? Hearing none, we'll open the public hearing on Bill 8318. Does anyone wish to speak in favor of this bill? Does anyone wish to speak in opposition of the bill? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing on 8318. Do I hear a motion?
Thank
Do I hear
you.
a second? A motion to pass bill number 8318 was made by Councilman Nolan. It was seconded by Councilman File. Any further comments on this bill from council? Hearing none, clerk, will you please take the roll?
Mr. Sjccm.
Yes.
Mr. Nolan.
Yes.
Mr. File.
Yes.
Ms. Hess.
Yes.
Mr. Flynn.
Yes.
Mr. Tanzarite.
Aye.
Mr. McKayo.
Aye.
Mr. Root.
Aye.
And Mr. Morton.
Yes.
Passed 9-0.
Thank you. Let the record show that bill number 8318 was passed by a vote of 9-0. Clerk, will you please read the next bill, bill number 8418?
An ordinance amending ordinance 6017, the same being an ordinance establishing salaries and fixing the number of employees of St. Joe County for the year 2018. Petition approved of Justice Secretary.
Good evening.
Mr. McCahill, committee report, please, sir.
Mr. President, this comes to full council with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you. Petitioner?
Good evening. Cheryl Rush, Controller, Juvenile Justice Center. The salary amendment would give the Community Corrections Grant the 2% raise, same as other county employees. So it would be transferred from, we eliminated one day reporting case manager, and the funds would be transferred for the 2% raises.
Any questions from council? Thank you. We will now open the public hearing on bill number 8418. Does anyone wish to speak in favor of this bill? Does anyone wish to speak in opposition of the bill? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing on bill 8418. Do I hear a motion on the bill? Motion to pass bill number 8418 was made by Councilman Catanzarite. It was seconded by Councilman Nolan. Any further comments from any council member on this bill? Hearing none, clerk, will you please take the roll?
Mr. Nolan.
Yes.
Mr. File.
Yes.
Ms. Hess.
Yes.
Mr. Flynn.
Yes.
Mr. Tanzarite.
Aye.
Mr. McKayo.
Aye.
Mr. Root.
Aye.
Mr. Sjccm.
Yes.
And Mr. Morton.
Yes.
Bill passes 9-0.
Thank you. Let the record show that bill number 8418 passed by a vote of 9-0. All financial issues were heard and discussed at our November 27th, 2018 committee meeting. Is there anyone who wishes to speak in favor of any financial issue on tonight's agenda? Is there anyone that wishes to speak in opposition to any financial issue on tonight's agenda? Hearing none, public comment is now closed. Clerk, will you please read bill number 8218?
An ordinance appropriating and transferring monies for the purposes herein specified for the seven departments herein listed as St. Joe County government.
May I have a motion on bill number 8218? Do I hear a second?
Second.
A motion to pass bill number 8218 was made by Councilwoman Hess, and it was seconded by Councilman Nolan. Any further comments on this bill? Hearing none, clerk, will you please take the roll?
Mr. File.
Yes.
Ms. Hess.
Yes.
Mr. Flynn.
Yes.
Mr. Tanzarite.
Aye.
Mr. McKayo.
Aye.
Sjccm,
Yes.
Mr. Nolan,
Yes.
and Mr. Morton.
Yes.
Motion carries 9-0.
Thank you. Since bill number 6618 is tabled, clerk, will you please read bill number 7918?
Bill 7918, an ordinance establishing fees to be collected by the Area Planning Commission and the Area Board of Zoning Appeals in support of their administrative duties and amending Chapter 32, Section 32.02B, petitioners, Area Plan Commission, and Area Board of Zoning Appeals.
Mr. Nolan, committee report, please, sir.
Mr. President, bill number 66-18 comes to the full council with a favorable recommendation.
Thank you very much. Petitioner?
Good evening, Larry Maliazzi, Executive Director of the Area Plan Commission. This fee schedule replaces the one that's been in place for the past year. This one does not have a sunset provision compared to the other ones we've had in the past, so these fees will probably continue on for a couple years until we make a decision on whether they should go up or not. Just want to make sure you have the amended version from the Land Use Committee that added administrative appeals, $300. You got it? Unless you have any questions.
Any questions? Thank you.
Thanks.
Any questions from council? Hearing none, I'll open the public hearing on bill number 7918. Does anyone wish to speak in favor of this bill? Does anyone wish to speak in opposition to the bill? Hearing none, I'll close the public hearing on 7918. May I have a motion to amend bill 7918?
Motion to amend.
Second. A motion to amend bill 7918 was made by Councilman Catanzarite. It was seconded by Councilman McCahill. Any further comments from council on amending the bill? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Bill number 7918 is amended. Now may I have a motion on 7918 as amended?
Approval.
Motion to pass bill number 7918 as amended was made by Councilman Nolan. It was seconded by Councilman Hess. Any further discussion on 7918 as amended? Hearing none, clerk, will you please take the roll?
Ms. Hess.
Yes.
Mr. Tullian.
Yes.
Mr. Tanzarite.
Aye.
Mr. McCahill.
Yes.
Mr. Root.
Aye.
Mr. Sjccm. Yes. Mr. Nolan.
Yes.
File.
Aye.
Mr. Morton.
Yes.
Motion carries 9-0.
Thank you. Let the record show that bill number 7918 as amended was passed by a unanimous vote of 9-0. Clerk, will you please read the next bill, bill number 8118?
An ordinance for the St. Joseph County Council exercising home rule to designate the positions of President of the St. Joseph County Board of Commissioners and President of the St. Joseph County Council for compensation purposes. Petitioner, St. Joseph County Council.
Ms. Hess, committee report, please.
Mr. President, bill number 8118 comes to the full council without recommendation.
Thank you very much. Mr. Morton? Mr. Canzar?
I'd like to make a motion that we return to committee Bill 8118. I spoke to our legal counsel, and I have a couple unanswered questions that we haven't quite clarified as to whether or not it's a requirement that the position of president of the council is defined under the IC code that's mentioned here. His recommendation to me was that it would be prudent if I felt so compelled to return it back to committee for further study. I'd like to make a motion to return it to committee. Our next committee meeting to be heard.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Do I hear a second to that motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Bill number 8118 is returned to committee. At request of motion of Mr. Canzarite. Next on the agenda is unfinished business. Next is new business. Next is privilege of the floor, limited to 3 minutes on anything not on tonight's agenda. Please state your name and address for the record, sir.
Jason Critchlow, address 221 Marquette Avenue, South Bend, Indiana. I'm here today because I would like to acknowledge and thank Councilman Bob McCahill for the work he has done for his community, his state, and his country. Bob is someone who has never been afraid to stand and fight for what he believes is right, despite the odds, the pressure, opposition, or politics. And his time on the council will go down as someone who believed in protecting citizens, protecting tax dollars, creating efficiencies, and moving our county into a better future. Tough, kind, brave, dedicated, reliable are all words that are commonly used by myself to describe Councilman McCahill. And it's not just public service that's apparently in his DNA, but saving the world has apparently always been in Councilman McCahill's DNA. He has served his country as in the United States Navy and the Indiana National Guard. He served his community as a Mishawaka police officer for 25 years, and he served his neighbors as county councilman for nearly 10 years. And most of us know all those things, but what most people do not know, what most people outside of his closest family and friends, only his closest family and friends know, that at night when work is over and we're all going down to sleep, Bob actually goes home and puts on a cape and mask, flies around the city fighting crime as the Caped Crusader. Apologies, Councilman, for outing you. But as a person, Bob is the first one to offer help. He's the last person to ask for a favor. And he's always the best dressed individual at any St. Patrick's Day parade. He is a public servant, an outstanding citizen, father, grandfather, the best friend anyone in this county can have, including myself. Thank you for everything, Councilman. Thank you for everything you've done for our community.
Mike Hammond, St. Joe County Auditor with office on the second floor. I too want to commend you, Bob, for your service to St. Joe County. I thoroughly enjoyed working with you as a councilman. I remember one of our first campaign gigs with the home builders in Mishawaka. It was a tough crowd, and you handled yourself well. I don't know that I did that well, but you showed your mettle in that regard, and I remember you campaigning and how much you did, how much door-to-door you did, how hard you worked, and you just never stopped. And you were always someone who I thought was just, you showed just great sincerity. And you were who you were, and you were straightforward and you were honest. And if I can get academic here, it's the sincere comes from the Latin sincere. Means without wax. So what people used to do in the old days, Bob, they take old guys like you or me or old statues or broken pottery and conceal their flaws by putting wax in them. And so people who were selling these items that were wanted to make sure that the people knew that they were valid, they'd put sincere without wax. Bob, you're a very sincere man, a great dedicated public servant, great family man, and a great friend, and I really want to thank you for your service. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know what, Mike? We've worked together for a long time, and you know what? I've never heard a meeting as far as running for office referred to as a campaign gig. It's a good one, man.
I don't want to hit his bagpipes with this.
Okay.
David Newford, 2409 Mishawaka Avenue, South Bend. Bob, thank you for your service to the country. Thank you for your service to Mishawaka Police Department. When you retired there, I really missed the opportunity when I was called out at night to alarm at one of my businesses, seeing you at the scene to make sure that everything was good. I missed the 5 after 6, 6 o'clock, 6 a.m. Meetings at our warehouse when I showed up early to go to work and you were just going home after working the night shift. But most of all, we'll miss the intelligent decisions that you made as a councilman for the St. Joseph County Council. But one thing we will not miss is our friendship that we've established over the years, and I look forward to having coffee with you from time to time, and don't be a stranger. So we look forward to that. Thank you. Thank you.
Joe Canarecki, Mishawaka City Council and County Council District H elect. Live at 201 West 10th Street, Mishawaka. I guess we've heard a little bit about Bob McCahill tonight and some of his many accomplishments. I won't repeat them all. Instead, I'll tell a personal story about Bob. When I first was running for Mishawaka City Council a few years back, younger guy, a little green behind the ears. Pretty nervous, kind of coming into public office. There's a lot of unanswered questions, and you really don't know what you're getting into. Everybody tells you, you'll be fine in these sorts of things. And it was at a campaign gig that Bob came over, sat down with me. That's 2 times in one night. And he talked to me just like a normal guy. And he told me things about campaigning and about serving and being in office. And he made it seem real and sincere and approachable. And I don't know, it was probably a passing conversation for you. But for me, it was an important moment of mentorship and something that helped me realize that serving my community and building a, meaningful future for my children and families, all throughout St. Joe County and Mishawaka, it can be done by normal people. And it should be done by normal people. People just like Bob McCahill. So I appreciate that a great deal.
Thank you, Jack.
Big shoes to fill.
Thank you.
Good evening, Deborah Doral, 21677 Alton Road, South Bend. As many of you know, I and some friends are concerned about the direction economic development is going in St. Joseph County, particularly in the New Carlisle area. I've been coming to many meetings for the past several months and learning about these projects and about the work that you and your staff do for the county. Many of you are working daily in occupations and spending evenings evaluating complex and detailed proposals and making hard decisions. While I remain concerned about the Indiana Enterprise Center, our resources, farmland, and future in St. Joe County, I have also come to appreciate to a person and in the collective, the skills, commitment, and perspective that you bring to the challenge. I'm encouraged that even positions that I ultimately disagree with are deliberated by each of you, and so carefully and courageously. It's a pleasure getting to know you. Thank you.
Ms. Durrell, I would be remiss if I didn't say thank you for those comments. And I know you've asked for information, and we've tried to get it to you. I'll say it again. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciate it. Anyone else that would like to take advantage of the privilege of the floor this evening?
Why, yes.
Mr. Nolan.
Bobby, we kind of started down this road together. You're a little bit after me, but pretty close at the same time. And spent a lot of same hard knocks, and you made it a lot easier along the way. Jason mentioned about your was it tough, kind, and brave. Forgot to mention what a snappy dresser you are. Obviously, I can't kind of today. Unavoidably contained. Let's say absolutely Godspeed and good luck. Your life and everything going forward. You, your family. They're out in the hallway now, but it's a pleasure seeing them. And this guy can't stop talking about grandkids and everybody. It's a wonderful thing to know you, and don't think this will get you out of our election day breakfasts.
All right.
Anyone else?
Mr. President, I'd just like to thank everybody that came here. I'd like to thank some of the department heads that are here tonight. Jason Critchlow for his guidance. I have honestly disagreed with everybody that's sitting here tonight, voted the opposite way of sometimes I maybe should have. But I've taken this job, and from my time on the council, numerous friends, some are here, some are at the state level now, like Dale Devon. Dan Herbster's no longer in politics, but he's serving his country honorably. The friendship, the knowledge. I've called Bobby Kay numerous times, all hours of the day and night, and asked him, what are we looking at here? Because I had a question. I talked to Mark about his kids who are younger than my kids. One thing I'm extremely thankful for is the leadership. You, Mr. Morton. We don't run like some of the other councils. When it's time to do business, we do business, and when it's time to have fun, we have fun. Your leadership, along with Jennifer Crowett and Mike Triple, and everybody else on this council, and every department head that's here tonight, and some that aren't here tonight, I appreciate my time here. Thank you for the friendship, and if I can help in the future, I will. Thank you.
Anyone else? I'll make this brief. I guess I'm going to kind of mirror Mr. Critchlow's definition of Mr. McCahill. I totally agree. Definitely tough, definitely kind, without a doubt brave, extremely reliable, and someone that has truly become one of my closest friends, in and outside of this building. And I can't thank you enough for that, and I wish you the best. And thank you for everything you've done for St. Joe County, your country, this council, and everyone in this county. Thank you very much. Next on the agenda is a motion to adjourn. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
I motioned and you didn't see me probably.
I'm sorry.
I just wanted to express my thanks and friendship to Councilmember McHale also. I've been as a neighbor over here, and it's always been comforting having Bob up here in the council. Personally, you would, as crazy as our society can be at times in this world, it's always nice knowing you've got a police officer sitting next to you who's a armed police officer who keeps you safe and secure just in case.
You got that right.
We hope you never need something like that, but I know Corey always joked about Bob's cop voice, but sometimes it was needed. We had some unruly, difficult situations in the council chambers and tough issues, and Bob's cop voice came in very handy, but there's also a very gentle side to Bob that a lot of people don't know or do know, but I know he's extremely committed to his family, like I said here tonight. Bob and I shared a couple months at the hospital together this past summer, so we both had some family medical issues we were going through with family, and I know that you're a great caregiver, a great husband, a great grandfather, and we wish you many years of happiness and health, and blessings to you and Beth and the entire family.
I forgot something else, just one more thing. And I promised Bob I wasn't going to let this out of the bag, but I'm sorry, Bob, I can't help it, man. This is supposed to be like super confidential, but a couple weeks ago, we were on the phone, and we were talking about this whole Batman alter ego, and the guy explained it to me, and he also told me that starting January 1, 2019, he was going to change that to the Black Panther.
One other thing, what I mentioned, Mr. Cassandra says you were a great grandfather. You look really young for being a grandfather.
I'm a wonderful grandfather.
Yeah. On that note, may I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Here, a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? The ayes have it. Meeting is adjourned.